Wasn't this London Has Fallen? Oh, no, wait, of course, I'm being silly. That was a die-hard situation where the President of the United States has to leap into action when a gathering of all the world leaders is attacked for a state funeral, not for the G20 summit. I was struggling not to laugh at certain points in the opening scene because it's this whole, like, heist deal going wrong. But they used the word crypto about 5 times, and I was really just going, ugh. And then it turned out that the main villain is just Antony Starr playing a AI crypto bro. Which just somehow makes him more despicable than Homelander. G20 is about Viola Davis doing Die Hard as the president. No, wait, that's just Air Force One. I mean, Die Hard, but with the child of the president helping her. That's why I was down. Die Hard, but with a woman. Almost never been done, but I literally just watched Cleaner with Daisy Ridley yesterday. That was, yeah. Die Hard, but with an AI crypto bro villain. That's the most unique thing about this. Yeah. So Viola Davis is the president. She's in South Africa for the G20 summit. She's got a big proposal she wants to put on the table, but nobody's listening to her. A black woman can become president of the United States and not get listened to? Sounds about right. Anyway, then the terrorists arrive and they want to create deep fakes of all of the world leaders by getting them to read out stuff that they can then post as social media content, and then they can use that to drive up cryptocurrency prices and become rich. Holy long walk for a short drink of water, Batman. This film just sort of feels vaguely off in everything it does. Viola Davis is trying to juggle playing the president, playing this badass action hero, playing a mother. That's kind of an aspect that goes by the wayside eventually. And then also being this kind of vulnerable protagonist with all this past trauma and stuff that it's trying to inject in there. And it's just too much. They could maybe get away with it if it was a proper character study film, but it's not. This isn't like Die Hard. It's not from her perspective all the time. There are so many other characters. I mean, oh no. They have all these terrorists and villain characters. They have her husband. They have her kids who they try and focus on all of. And also her agents who they give a whole thing to. And all these other agents from all the other world leaders. But also the military and also the vice president in the US still trying to deal with this situation. But also all the other world leaders and their spouses. And it's just a cacophony of people that really they don't need to focus on as much as they do. And doing that weakens the whole film for me. I think when you get to the point where you're the grandbaby of Die Hard, because it's ripping off more Air Force One and Olympus Has Fallen, which both ripped off Die Hard, like you're too much of an incestuous mutant baby to be allowed to live. And that's what this film feels like. It just feels wrong on so many levels. And also, Antony Starr's villain, as much as he was an AI crypto bro, which is just unbearable, he was making good points about world leaders abusing currency and how everyone should focus on these currencies that they can't just take over and run as much. Like, if you trade out Viola Davis for the somehow more realistic Donald Trump kind of president, we're cheering for the villain this entire movie. So it felt very charged in that direction, and I feel like this must have been like written when Kamala Harris was running and they kind of hoped / assumed she was going to win, and therefore it would have worked a lot better. But coming out at a time when the actual president of the United States is destroying the world economy, this actually seems like a really good idea. Prime is on a bad run of movies, honestly, and this does end up, despite being a more expensive, bigger budget, definitely larger marketed piece of streaming fodder, it does just end up feeling like whatever. Like very much don't care at all streaming fodder. And that's sad because it should have ended up feeling more like a White House Down kind of situation where it's not necessarily a masterpiece, but it's fun. It's not. And like there were just so many times in this where I feel like I was saying stuff like early on, oh, her daughter's really good with tech. She's going to be like her person in the chair and that's going to heal them, their bond. That would have been better than what we got. And that's not the only time that I thought, oh, this is going to happen and it's going to be a lot better than what we got. So I'm giving G, that's plenty, 2 stars. Viola Davis is the president in something. I'm not entirely sure if she's entirely believable as an action star, but just as the president in like a political thriller, I would love to see that. Am I getting really boring that I want to see more political thrillers than action movies? I don't know.